A lot of people know about Samson from the book of Judges, and in Judges chapter 16, they probably are the most familiar with the fact that a woman named Delilah talked him into telling her the quote secret of his strength. He lied to her once and said, well, if you give 7 new bowstrings, a second time, he said, if you tie me with brand new ropes that have never been used. The third time, he said, if you put my hair in a weaver's beam and pin it, I'll have strength. I won't be any stronger than a normal person. And in fact, every time he would tell her something, she tried it on him and brought the Philistines in, and yet he kept telling her. And it made me wonder, why in the world would he keep telling Delilah the quote source of his strength? But I think the answer doesn't come in Judges chapter 16. It actually comes in Judges chapter 14. In chapter 14, there's some other events that are taking place. And in chapter 14, verse 5, it says that we find Samson in a vineyard. And while he's in the vineyard, there's a lion that comes, and Samson kills the lion with his bare hands, and then goes on to meeting with some other woman and her family. He comes back through at a later date, and now the carcass of the lion has been infested with honeybees who have built combs in a hive there, and there's honey, and he goes to the carcass of the lion, he gets out the honey, and he eats it. It's good, and it's sweet, and he takes it to his father, and the Bible says his father didn't ask him where he got it, and Samson didn't volunteer that information. Now, I tend to read over those things. I highlight the fact that he killed a lion with his bare hands. This guy had supernatural strength. That's what prompted the Philistines to go to Delilah and say, find out the source of his strength. What we find out, though, if you look a little deeper, is in Numbers chapter 6, God makes provision for what's called a Nazirite vow. And Samson was a Nazirite, not Nazarene, a Nazirite. And that vow required 3 things of the person that took the vow. One, they were not allowed to drink any wine, no grape juice. They couldn't eat raisins. They couldn't eat grapes, nothing to do with grapes, nothing that came from grapes. All right. Number 2, they were not supposed to cut their hair. No razor was to touch their head, the Bible says. And then number 3, they were not to be around or interacting with any dead bodies. That included humans, so it would be hard to go to a funeral. It would be going around any kind of dead body, even of an animal, a carcass. And in Judges chapter 14, we find that where is Samson? He's in a vineyard. Do you know what they grow in a vineyard? They grow grapes. And what business does he have in a vineyard that grows grapes when he can't drink wine, he can't drink grape juice, he can't eat grapes, he can't eat raisins? He should have nothing to do with the vineyard, and yet he's there. And you know what happens when he goes there? Nothing. He doesn't lose his strength. In fact, when a lion comes out, he kills it with his bare hands. And so probably in Samson's mind, I've done something, I've gone someplace I shouldn't go, and it's not impacting me in any way. I still am supernaturally strong. Then he kills a lion. He comes back at a later date, and that carcass of the lion has honey in it. He bends down, gets the honey out of what? The carcass. What's another part of the Nazirite vow? You're not to touch a dead carcass, a dead body of any kind. And he violates that. And you know what happens? Nothing, it seems. He goes right on. He's still got divine strength and power. What's the point? I think by the time that he gets to Delilah, I think the reason he actually told Delilah about his hair is because in his mind, I've gone to a vineyard where I shouldn't be. I've touched a carcass which I shouldn't touch. I might as well cut my hair because it won't make a difference. What did Samson do? He presupposed upon the grace of God. There's a lot of people, because they haven't yet earned the wages of sin and disobedience, that think, I got to pass with it. God's not concerned. He's looking the other way. It's nobody knows. I'm not got caught. I'm not paying the there's no wages for what I'm doing. But friends, that's the lie of the enemy. The devil likes to take people shopping without telling them that you have to pay at the cash register. You think about that. I'm Pastor Jared.